Is it on?
It's on.
Here's one of these. There you go, is that fast enough? Quick intro.
Yeah, quick, like sensible.
Let's have bullet points, shall we? How much, what do we reckon the power to weight was?
359.
359 brake horsepower per tonne. Go match that up against supercars, because that's the sort of place it's going to be. Mini Clubman 1971 K20 6-speed, 360 brake per tonne. It's a ZCAR's car. This is where it's at. I'm proper excited about this. I haven't even seen it. I've had my back to it the whole time. I haven't seen the car.
You've seen it, you did.
Apparently, no, I haven't. This is the closest I've been.
It's the closest you've been, but you've seen it.
Nick, have a word.
His acting's crap.
He said, have a quick intro, and I went, I've got one of these.
Yeah, this is the longest fucking intro ever. He hasn't looked in it.
I haven't. This is the first
in it. You've seen it.
In it.
I mean, it's
right.
there,
Anyway.
We got one of these.
Mini K20 on throttle bodies.
Mini Clubman. I know it's a Mini Clubman because I was told.
Yeah, you told us that.
1971, 360 brake. Is it now?
Haven't what?
Are we? So I haven't actually. This is again. I'm actually getting closer. I'm slowly getting closer to this car, and the more I see of it, the more excited I am to actually have a look inside and have a look around it. Can you give me a? This is Alex, by the way. Alex owns the car. Alex also owned the absolutely mad Ford Fiesta we had, the Cosworth one, which felt like it wanted to kill you. So yeah, this is his Mini Clubman. It's got an EP3 K20 engine in it. Mate, it's on throttle bodies, so it makes about 240 horsepower, but add that to the weight of the vehicle, we're talking about like almost supercar performance, I'm expecting.
Yeah.
Something like that, 650 kilos. I think I've got the bullet points. Can you give me a run? Is there anything I missed out? I mean, what more do you know about
It's got standard loaded ECU, it's on bike throttle bodies as you've mentioned, it's got the standard box, but it is a limited slip in this one, so it's 6-speed limited slip. Obviously coilovers, inboard front suspension, wheelwood full pot calipers again at the front. It's bell and rotor on the front as well on this one. Tilt seat, digi dash, carbon fibre everywhere.
So what's left of the Mini Cooper or the Mini Clubman that was?
Fin plate.
I mean, most of it has been changed.
So basically, you could run this as just as the cage, to be honest, and the bodywork's cladded around it.
Right, okay. There's a roll cage inside as well,
yeah, full cage, integrated into the front subframe. There's no old Mini rotten subframe on there anymore because it's all caged. Like I say, the internal front suspension on cantilever.
What would it cost to build something like this? Because I mean, let's look. It is a pristine little car.
I'm not sure that they still sell the kits, but when this was built, when ZCAR's built this one originally, you could buy the subframes and bits and bobs from them, but as to cost, I don't know.
I mean, because it's so neatly done, and the time that goes into it and everything else.
Yeah, exactly. There's hours been put into this.
So let's have a look under the bonnet. I've got a feeling we're not going to see what we expect to see under the bonnet. Oh yeah, look, a fuel system. Can you get this front suspension? Can we just take a moment to appreciate this inboard front suspension? Look, here are the coilovers here. Down there, where the yellow is. See if you can find yellow.
Right,
there we go. Man, this is super neat.
So I spent most of Saturday setting this up over at a friend's garage, who's very kindly let me use his equipment.
You wanted to mention this guy?
Yes, I do. Yeah, Sibley Law in Ashford.
Right.
Yeah, brilliant. So they've got really good, up-to-date alignment.
It was
kit.
Hunter wheel alignment type stuff, wasn't it? Yeah. So if you need a wheel alignment and you're in Ashford, pop over there. But he was kind enough to lend you the equipment to set it up.
And give me advice as well, because I definitely needed it.
I mean, it is like, so it drives as best as it ever has.
Yeah.
I mean, what a car. It's so cool to see that there's barely anything left that's the critical thing, there's barely anything left that's factory, but from a distance, it's a vintage Mini Clubman.
The reception I get from older people think how wonderful it is, but they don't know what.
Yeah, they've got no clue that it's.
Yeah.
I mean, every inch of it. When you're talking about a custom car, every inch of this has been changed. So none of this is factory. This is all like a tubular front end that goes through to the roll cage, I presume. Let's have a look inside. What we got going on inside?
I've taken the steering wheel out.
This is getting better and better the more I see it. Can you just talk me through what's going on in the interior there?
So you've got the carbon fibre dash, and originally the Speedo would have been in the middle, which is why I guess the guys have gone for that.
To retain
look.
that, yeah.
We've got Digi-Dash in there, so that gives you RPM, oil pressure, obviously temperature, speed.
Similar to what's in your Cosworth Fiesta.
Yeah, but that's a far better system.
Right, okay.
It's got rev limiter on there as well, and a flashing change light as well. Which we'll see in a minute.
Really, I suppose we need to have a look at what's in the back, because that's where the magic is.
There you go.
Wow. It is so clean, isn't it? And the custom work, there is nothing left. Like you say, there's nothing left. No subframes, no nothing. Even down to the trailing arms that hold the drive shafts and everything. It is like.
And it's all adjustable as well. So at the weekend, I'm tinkering with that and altering the camber.
Does it crash about on the road, or is it pretty compliant?
It's pretty tight.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's pretty tight.
Well, I'm super stoked to even just to witness it. I really appreciate it, and the other guys will, I'm sure they'll agree. We appreciate you just taking the time out to at least show us through it, because this is it's a show car, really. Isn't it?
Don't get me wrong. There's a few bits on there that could do with a bit of a tidying up, but yeah, it's definitely a usable car that that wouldn't look out of place at a show. Yeah.
And you reckon it weighs about 650 kilos?
Yeah.
And let's face it, an EP3 Type R is a lively little car, but that would have weighed another 300 kilos more than this at the bare minimum.
With bigger wheels as well, so the gear ratio would be completely different as well.
So. Okay, well, I mean, we've had a look around it. I mean, I'm going to drag it out too much, because there's so much on this car that's different. I think we just need to go and take it for a drive and see what it's all about, because there's nothing on it is stock. I could spend ages talking to you about this, but
I'm quite excited to see you fold up into there.
That's going to be fun.
Because let's just get a shot of you stood next to it and see how far it comes up in your waist. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Do you remember that Simpsons sketch where the guy gets out the Volkswagen Beetle?
Yes.
Are you marking me because of my size? I mean, to be fair, the seat is very low down and very far back, so I'm hoping I can squeeze in there okay. And there's not much of a dashboard.
No, well,
so...
Well, we'll find out, won't we?
I think we're going to. If you can call my chiropractor, he got a phone call from Nick earlier this week, so, we'll just hook up with him.
All right, let's cut to that.
Let's have a drive. Right. This is the inside of the Mini Clubman. Yeah, as you can hear behind me, there's a K20 singing. This sounds like a motorbike. Oh, mate. Saw that, yeah. As I was saying, we're in the Mini Clubman 1971 with a K20. In here than the Fiesta. Not loads. I've just witnessed the acceleration in this, and it sounds like a motorbike with the throttle bodies and everything, and the noise that comes out of it is absolute perfection.
If you just keep the VTEC on song, it
sounds sounds amazing, and the way that it doesn't feel like, it feels very compliant. It's not too firm. It's not bouncing around. Here we go. Yes. Pulling away in second gear.
Well, this is interesting.
Anyway, Nick, a Mini Clubman.
There's not a lot of stuff, is there? It's very minimalist.
Very minimalist. My knees are touching the steering wheel, so I'm going to be careful about that.
Oh, I'm touching everything. I'm literally every part of me.
Apart from
No,
me,
if you
sad face.
Every part, I'm actually holding on for dear life as well. Every part of me is touching every part of me.
The noise this
Pretty loud,
makes,
isn't it? Pretty loud.
It's pretty loud. I had to shout earlier.
What?
Exactly.
How's the steering feel? Feels dialed in from
Small.
this. Yeah, well. Oh man. Oh. Let it sing.
It's the noise is absolutely.
Jesus. That is unreal.
I think he went round here.
Sounds. I mean, there's basically no difference between us and the engine, is there?
It revs up so quick.
Wow! How cool is that? That's incredible.
Does it sound a bike.
It literally is like, well, that's what ZCARs do. They put bike engines in minis, but that's better, if anything.
It's like on or off, honestly.
Isn't it just? Oh man, that sounds so good.
Could you have any more fun though?
Gee, that sounds so good. I don't drink tea or coffee, but that would wake me up in the morning. That sounds unreal. That's one of the best sounding cars we've had on the channel.
Yeah, I reckon so. I said exactly that, and I know.
That sounds so good.
I love the Honda K series, but I've never driven anything.
We're in fourth.
I think it's third.
No, fourth.
No, fourth down here. I don't want to go any faster now.
I have no words. That's so good.
I know.
Things are now, because we're having to yell a little bit.
Yes, because the engine's right there.
Yeah, and because it's a track car, things are starting to move that were once stationary, such as my valves and this window.
The only thing I would change for me is I'd have to have the seat further back. I'm struggling a little bit.
You
with
are a giant.
Well, yes. I could have one of these for each foot.
Yeah,
that's
a matching pair.
Yeah. What a car though.
Unbelievable.
She's a little bit. Yes, it's a little bit loud.
There's no way you can say this is a little bit loud.
It's a little bit
when
loud.
you have to yell.
Yeah.
Put it this way: if I was driving to John O'Groats and I had this or anything else to pick, I would pick anything else. Because this is currently cruising speed. We're doing 69. Hashtag ooh-ah, and we can barely talk.
Would you choose walking over this?
I don't know if I choose walking because look at me, but still, it would be loud.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, that holds well, doesn't it? Oh, there's a little bit of. And now I'm blind. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. What a weapon.
So good. He's so good.
I was not ready.
Oh, that is so good. That little crackle when he changed gear. Well, up, you know.
I mean, there's not even a sun visor.
Maybe. Just squint. You know.
Well, do you don't think I'm squinting already? You don't think this is my squinting face? I barely have eyes as it is.
I thought you were just a sniper. I kind of wanted to.
Can we go for one more pull?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's second.
Okay, you ready? I'm firm.
Ready? Are you holding? Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2.
And so close.
Yeah. That was it.
Are you gonna go?
He
That's
didn't
the
get away.
future. That's the future there.
He didn't get away.
I'm thinking, what are them stupid men doing in that little Mini?
What are those two huge guys doing in that tiny car?
You reckon horsepower this is producing?
240.
That feels so much more than 240.
I know.
So much more. Don't kill the learner.
What a car!
Oh, wow.
What a car!
If you're not impressed, I mean, I don't know what will impress you. This is
that is
one of the best things we've had on the channel. I know we keep saying that, but we keep raising. Oh fucking hell! That was third. We try and keep raising the bar up and up and up, and this is.
But it's such a complete car.
Yeah.
It's not just a fast car or a tidy car, or it's the whole package.
Absolutely.
It's vintage. It's clean. It's fast. It's well built. Just fucking brilliant. Absolutely love it. I've had to stop to have a bit of coffee because during.
Waking up.
Well, no, it's not so much that. My mouth was dry because of the excitement. I do get a bit excited. Don't know if you noticed, but a bit of me thinks, and I think Nick agrees, I'm like, this is, for me, top 3 cars that I've actually been lucky enough to drive, but actually to be around.
That's a statement.
Yeah, mate, honestly. Anyone that knows me will know that Minis aren't my thing. I appreciate them, but they're not my cup of tea. I've never got in one and thought, I could have this, I really like this, and that is one of them. It feels fast as fuck, but it feels balanced, it feels precise, it sounds absolutely like, it's like a song, and it gets up right onto the rev limit, and you get this little crackle and you shift gear again, and I would have one in a heartbeat, and all I would want to do with that one is move the seat back a bit because my knee was touching the steering wheel. Apart from that, it's probably one of the, if not the most complete car that I've driven, and that is a statement.
There you go.
There you go. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I've had the time of my life this afternoon. I thank you, Alex, so much for letting me. He just said, go ahead and drive it. You know, he wasn't like, I want to be in the seat. He trusted me with that, and I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, mate. And I have a great fun this afternoon. If you like what we've done, we've got more stuff coming up. More stuff next week. Boy, we've got something interesting next week. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell, and if you could share it with anyone you know, for them to give us more stuff to give you guys, let us know. That's it for today.
Beautiful.